I am Elaine and I am OnPeople.
Welcome to another episode of OnPeople, a podcast on people at work. Here we dive into stories, insights, and learnings from the forefront of Africa's work scene. My name is Aniema, and I am back here with my co-host, Toun.
Yes. So excited to be here and really excited for today's episode. Our guest is the CEO of ShoMya, a beauty line that offers professional beauty services in Nigeria. She started out her career as an investment analyst and investment advisor in London in companies like UBS, Northern Trust, and WestRock Trading before becoming the beauty mogul that she is today. We present to you Elaine Shobanjo. Hi, Elaine. Welcome to OnPeople. So excited to have you on.
I'm excited to be here. You guys look good today.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so today we're talking about everything, Elaine. Your journey, the different transitions in your career, and of course, what it's like to be an entrepreneur in Lagos.
Okay.
So for as long as I've known you, which is over 2 decades now, not exactly spilling our age, but yeah, one thing has stood out: beauty and lifestyle. Even while you were chasing, investment banking, investment management, beauty and lifestyle always stood out. And I always remember there was one incident, or I think a few incidents, but we all used to get our makeup from England, but used to order yours from America.
I used to do some of that.
I thought, my goodness, why? So how did you discover your love for beauty?
Well, that came very early in life, to be honest. I come from a family of many women.
Yes.
And the men, care about their looks too. But to be honest, I really don't know where it came from. I just know that as a child, I was interested in my mom's pencils when she would want to chuck them away because they were too small. I would pick them up so she won't throw them away.
When you say pencils, you mean like what?
Eyeliners.
I want us to be very clear.
And of course, in
clear.
Secondary school, we weren't allowed to wear makeup. But as my mom is binning it, I'm collecting it from the bin and making sure that I use the tiniest bits, So why did I do that? Why did I know anything about it? I have no idea. It's not like I used to sit and watch her do her makeup, but it was literally just in me. And then I remember trying to do makeup for my cousins, make them look like masquerades, and they wasn't thank you. And I thought I was doing a thing
at the time.
It was completely rubbish. Even when I look at my uni pictures, I'm like, I don't understand. Who's this girl?
But you always look good. I was
using this foundation that was like 50 shades darker.
Yeah, don't worry. I used Fashion Fair. Mine was orange
at the time.
Yes.
I must have been like blackface and nobody told me. So I really should cut you off. Quite frankly, I should cut you off.
At the time, we thought we would look good.
It's awful.
We thought we looked good.
But it was always just in me. Like, people look at women, and when you look at a woman, you're looking at her bag or her jewelry and stuff like that. Like in London, I remember sitting on the train across from other women, and if your bag was $50,000, I won't notice.
You wouldn't even notice.
But that's your eyebrow. I would look at it from one train stop to the next stop. I would stare at you, that eyebrow, and I would love looking at it and analyzing it in my head and thinking of if it's correct, what I can do differently, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, wow. I suspect that's what you're doing now with me.
No, I stopped.
Yeah,
but I'm saying this is my beginning. So I knew, exactly. So I just knew when I started this life of beauty as a profession, it was so natural. Because that's where my heart was from the time.
Awesome. It's amazing how, different people are. I would probably look at people at the time. I wasn't looking at their eyebrows. I was looking at random things. I was looking at teeth. I was looking at feet. I used to look at shoulders. Neckline. I was quite obsessed with my neck sticking out like a duck, So it's amazing how people look at different, each to their own, really, each to their own.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so let's talk about your career switch.
Okay.
You went from being an investment analyst into this line of business where you're now an entrepreneur.
I say I can see people have been on LinkedIn or somewhere.
Yes, we have.
This is nobody I've met
UBS,
since
Northern
I started this
Trust,
thing. Has
Westrock
actually gotten
Trading.
it spot on. Like, this is thorough research.
Yes, it is.
Go on.
So how did this switch happen? How did you decide to make that jump?
Again, I think for me, I really thank God that my spirit speaks to me and that I hear. And then you just know when you're doing the right thing or the right, So, okay, let me put it this way. I knew, what do you say? How did I know that I wanted to switch, right?
How did you make the decision?
Okay. So I always had a passion for beauty, but I was also a bookworm. So I was also very into school.
Yes.
My dad had worked in a bank. I saw the perks of being high end in a bank and I wanted that. So I was working towards that right from secondary school in terms of the subjects I chose, university. And those subjects somehow just aligned with my brain because they were the ones I passed. So for example, if my dad was a doctor and I had tried to copy him, I would have failed woefully because what's physics really? How am I going to pass that?
Yes.
But, the subjects I did, they were easier for me. Yeah. So the banking path.
I have to just pause there. They were not that easy. I studied economics as well.
Easier for me.
Elaine got a first in economics from University of Reading.
Yes.
That's that. I mean, we need to just put that out there. So you can carry on from there. And she actually got a distinction in her masters. So it's not just that. They were actually easy. Now I think about it, not for people like me, but for her.
It was. But honestly, at the time, I didn't even know I was going to get a first. I was aiming for a 2-1.
Wow.
And then I did better, I guess.
You did.
But so economics was easy. The finance part of it actually wasn't easy in terms of the mathematics. I still don't like math, So why I ended up in banking really is a mystery, just because I just thought this was the life. I should really have followed the path of a true economist and worked like maybe, I don't even know what, doing some sort of research. I think I would have been like, I might not have done makeup because I really loved talking about macroeconomics and microeconomics. So I went and did banking.
What do you put it to use now?
Everything
Demand and supply.
Yes, exactly. Everything that you've learned till tomorrow. You don't forget when you're looking at pricing, when you're looking at inflation, when you're looking at, whether your product that you want to bring out is a luxury good or whether it's
for the masses,
No. In terms of whether they really need it, luxury and necessity. I think
necessity,
and so whether people will buy it or whether they truly want, Anyway,
whether it's a want
maybe not a want or a need. Economics was so sweet. See, it's still so nice to talk about. But so I was in banking, and because I finished school and I knew that I'm not going to throw my first class away and then go and do makeup straight away.
Yeah,
I wanted to experience being a professional in that finance industry. So I went ahead, did that, but I wasn't fulfilled. Every day I remember waking up and feeling like, I used to say one sentence, this cannot be life. This cannot be life. There's more to life than this, And when you find yourself saying that, you know that you're not fulfilled. And I just felt like I was used to being the best. And in banking, I felt like I didn't even have the desire to be the best. So I didn't want to wake up years later and realize that so I'm now average, And then I went to beauty school on the weekend, and usually when you leave the banks, you're tired and you just want to rest. But I promise you, when I go to beauty school weekend, I don't want my class to end. I don't, and I know that I have to go back to work tomorrow, so I should be looking for a weekend to enjoy. But I would rather just stay in that class till that kingdom come. So it was so obvious. And then I stayed in my banking career for another year. Made more money, and then I left.
Very wise choice, right? Very wise choice.
Why am I getting from that if you do what you love to do, the energy for it is not a struggle?
Yeah, it's not a struggle. It's naturally, definitely.
Absolutely. So and it doesn't mean that you wouldn't discover difficult times while you're doing what you love. So there have been times where my energy has dropped, even doing beauty. But then you have to pick yourself up because this is where you want to be. So it's like being a mom. Sometimes you're just like, I'm tired, but really, are you going to say you're not going to be a mom? So you pick yourself up again.
Yes. Love it. Love it. So you started ShoMya, right? I love the name. Nice play on a few words. ShoMya from
Shobanjo and my daughter Maya.
Wow.
Who I dreamt of. Well, but the interesting part of it is that I registered my business, I think, in 2008 or 2009. So I was dating my husband. We weren't ever married. Probably 2009, because I don't want to believe that I took a boyfriend's name. Like, what kind of bad training is that? Let me just say 2009 to say that I took a fiance's name.
Yes.
And then, so I remember she said, when I have a daughter, I'll call her Maya, Maya. And so I named it Maya. I wanted to name it Maya Show. But then my sister-in-law had a business at the time called My Asho.
Oh, okay.
And My Asho is spelled exactly the same way as Maya Show. So I'm like, I'll be like, I'm copying Dolapo. So I just swapped it.
Yes.
To ShoMya, which everybody now says ShoMya.
ShoMya.
Like, ShoMya,
you have to.
We
you have
struggled
to.
with that pronunciation. I kept saying ShoMya.
And I would tell her, ShoMya. It's from her daughter Maya. Maya.
And Maya didn't come until 6 years later.
Wow. So that was, that's
So
when you dream in advance. Literally.
Yes.
You dream in
She was
advance.
standing at the building in Lekki Phase 1. She didn't know it.
She didn't know. That's amazing. But it's so cool to have something named after you, and so you're born into it, and you're like, oh my goodness, it's already here. It's already. I already exist.
And God knows how he works, because she's the only girl. So there's no one to say, Mommy, you didn't think of me. Because all the boys, they're not interested. I mean,
they're not.
Really.
No, they don't even want that name. Awesome. Okay. So what was the shocker, in starting ShoMya, or even scaling ShoMya? Was it, and it could easily be like reception from family and friends. How did they respond? Did they support? Were they like your biggest supporters, or did you get biggest supporters from other places? So what's that one thing, or maybe many things, that were like the shocker in starting?
The shockers that shocked me or that pushed me. What do you mean?
The shockers from starting.
Okay. Number one shocker was my husband.
Wow.
How? My husband and I were in finance together, so to speak. He worked in London. I was working in banking. Then I decided to port and do beauty.
A real port.
So this is me in London. I don't have anything to do Monday to Friday, really, in terms of no face-to-face clients. But you're building the back end, and you're trying to figure out your left from your right? And then my husband would be like, you really have to write a business proposal. You have to write a business plan. You need to let me know what you're thinking. I said, God, what's all this pressure? I'm just starting. I'm just trying to figure out what's happening, So anyway, we just gotten married. He'll go to work. And then once I hear him put the key in the door, this is me lying down in my bed. I'm watching America's Next Top Model, really singing the theme song. And I'll just hear the key. I'll just jump. Laptop. Put my laptop. Start pressing.
I haven't done this before.
And I'm like, I'm just writing, my proposal. And he'll be like, that's good. Let him see what I'm planning. And now we're 20 staff, 20 makeup artists, 20 hair. He was like, babe, 20. Start with 2 now. And I was like, you don't believe in me. You don't believe in me. And when I blow, I'm going to show you. That's how I came to Lagos. Well, to find one employee.
You were like,
he said, babe, I thought you were doing 20. I said, leave me. You still don't believe in me. By the time I realized that there's 20 people that I want to employ on day one, dreaming. So there was a sharp reality check that first slapped me. And then also I think the first thing that slapped me really was, I think, the people more than the cost. Because the cost was a knockout.
Yes.
I drained everything. But the people, even doing up the store, they would come and say they were tiling. I was pregnant, they'll say they're tiling today. I'm thinking, okay, so we'll tile, and then tomorrow we'll paint. The next tomorrow, I promise you they could do like 4 tiles and disappear and say, we're coming back, ma. And this was me fresh from London, so I really think they're coming
back.
And I wait, like, okay, so no problem, I'll see you in 5 minutes, and that's 2 days.
So artisans.
That was the number one shocker. Then also the people. The first person I hired, she said, this was also me hiring bad, by the way, because I didn't do the necessary checks. Okay. Which now, I've learned to do.
Yes.
So I hired this lady, and I think I had 2 other people, so we were 3. But we were just doing a test before I would go give birth and come back and open ShoMya properly. So we're just running for like a few weeks. And she said she had a son and she had to go pick her son from school. So I thought, okay, a little boy. And then one day, this boy taller than me comes. It's a grown boy. Okay. So one day, we have a customer. I'm thinking, thank God, first customer of the day, you know? And I said to her, somebody's coming to do their hair or something. She now said, I won't be here. I'm going to pick my son from school. I said, but I don't understand what you mean. So what are we opening for? If we're opening and every time we open, you have to go and pick your son from school. And then we're closing like 1 o'clock. I'm not sure what's happening. So one day I just came and I said to her, you know what? I don't think you should come back tomorrow. That it's okay. It's all right. And this woman stood up. First of all, she eyed me. Then she stood up. And then slowly, you know when you're doing, I swear, when you touch the ground, touch your tongue, face the ceiling. And she started cussing me out. And this business you want to open, you will sweat.
Oh
sweat.
my
You will never see
goodness.
customers. You know, again, fresh from London, the shock. I'm like, what's happening here?
I'm shocked.
And she's like, you will sweat. She did like this. She said, you will do like this. You will sweat. You will never see customers. This business will never. She now turned to my pregnancy, my big stomach. And then she now said, this B word that you're carrying. I called my child a bastard. She said, this one that you are carrying, blah, blah.
What are we talking about?
Oh, because I told this woman not to come to work again. I'm telling you. I was like, say what? So my sister, when I called my sisters and I said, and of course I had, because it was an open plan office, just a small place at the time. So I had told the others to please excuse us who want to talk, because my London mentality was, you know, this is how you talk
one-on-one.
So they heard all the commotion and then they came back and they said, Madam, please, just let her go. She's not well. So I called my sisters. I said, is this what? And my siblings were like, no, when you want to sack people in Nigeria, you have to have police. I was like, police to sack a girl? I don't understand what's happening, but I promise you, so many experiences after that, we used police.
Oh my goodness.
Like, it was ridiculous. And then when we went and researched from her former employer, who I knew and I should have just asked, that one said, you're very lucky that she didn't harm you, because the last person, when she left, we took her out in an army van or whatever, and the job before that, she sliced the manager with scissors.
Oh my goodness, you had a crazy person.
Oh my God.
So these were my initial shockers to Nigeria.
Yes, these are real shockers.
Running business here is not fun.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So a lot of the times, especially back in the day, thankfully now I think in more recent times I've had people who understand that, it's okay. And you put processes and things in place and all of that. But
I know. Yes, you learn because you have some good people.
Yeah, definitely.
That have been with you for a while now. So I don't think
even those that have left to get married or give birth and everything are still in my corner, still my people. So we still celebrate each other all the time.
But Benning, she was using a Nigerian mentality for you while you were still in the UK. As a mad person. She was just
crazy.
And
then guess what? I found her some years ago by mistake because someone gave me a number for a hairstylist and I called and I said, where have you worked before? And then she just mentions different places. She said, at one place near that roundabout in Lekki Phase 1, blah, blah. I said, what's that one? Because this ShoMya. She said, that place. I said, why did you leave? She said, that she left because one time, a completely different story about money missing. And I was just like, but I knew at the time, I didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
So I said, but I was just thinking to myself that this doesn't ring a bell with any employer
with the story,
or the employee. So I said, do you have an Instagram page? She said, yes. So I went on Instagram and checked. First thing I saw was her and her son. I said, this crazy woman.
Yeah.
And she kept calling back like,
how far with this job?
I said,
nothing. Not far. No far at all.
So those were shockers just in terms of But then there was also the shock of success.
I like
because I didn't expect to be so successful so quickly. And I think, again, with hindsight, I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
So we would have people come in for makeup and they could wait like 3 hours, 2 hours. Again, because they didn't have appointments and because they just said, let me try my luck. But makeup generally should take about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So if there's 2 people before you,
have to
and then they would actually wait. So I used to wonder, it's so good that they're waiting because it means that we're good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, nobody wants to wait that long. So then,
especially when you have an event.
You
see
people outside and they're like, Elaine, I want to come to you guys, but the waiting time. And I'm like, if everybody feels that the waiting time is that long, nobody will come anymore. You know, because if you're thinking I'm so busy, you're thinking I'm so busy. Everyone's thinking, then who's gonna come? So in a way, it wasn't good.
because I couldn't employ the 20 makeup artists that I
At
dreamt
once,
of. Even
yes.
though some days you would feel like you need all of them, but then you might come in on a Tuesday and it's quiet. You just have a few people. So it's like, would I be paying all these salaries for the busy days only?
Yeah.
And when people say, just have them on your...
On retainer, just have...
It doesn't really work like that, because they would work for somebody. And then I used to train a lot. So I'd be giving you my skills, giving you my inner things.
Yeah, and then you're using it somewhere else.
So it didn't work. But yeah.
But no, and I love it. I love these shockers. No, well, apart from that negative one, but I like that shocker of success, because most times a lot of people they always think it's a good problem. But if it's not dealt with very quickly, it can literally break the company and break the startup, break the founder, break, whatever the case may be. Yeah, nice shockers.
Because I feel like at that time, and I remember at the time when we were in that shocking phase and thinking, how many people do I see a lot of guys, and so many men were like, can I invest in your business? Can I invest? And I used to think, I've just come, you want to eat in my business? And again, with hindsight, that should have been the time where I was bringing in investors, because they were begging. Yeah. And I would have...
And you've expanded
at that time, but I didn't feel that I had the capacity, or I was ready, or... so yeah.
And I think, some people would say, that is a flaw, or that was a mistake. But I think that more than anything, before you can accept investors, you have to be ready.
True.
When you're not ready, you would always feel like they're coming to take a cut from something. You have to be ready. It has to be happy investor, happy founder, and then happy partnership.
Yes.
So I get it. But if they had come in too quickly, you may have felt forced to do certain things. And sometimes they spur you on, but sometimes you just feel like, no, I'm not ready to do this pressure now. Yeah. And that pressure breaks you.
The pressure was crazy.
Before you know it, it'll just be they'll even you have carried Maya, you carry show. They'll leave Maya, just one of them.
Again, the hesitation is probably a gender thing. Men may have jumped at it. Where the ones who are thinking about the returns, I must make sure I don't falter in this agreement and all of that.
Lima, I'm not happy with this thing you said.
Why?
I mean, it sounds true, but no, I'm
sounds true, but in your experience, is it not true?
I can't do this to my women, But yeah, you're right. You may have a point on this point.
Because believe me, when I was practicing makeup and learning how to do makeup and all of that, I think honestly it was passion more than, and when I thought of business, I wasn't even thinking all those things, investors, it never crossed my mind.
You're just thinking, have a happy place where people come.
Do you understand? So by the time it came out, I was like,
making money.
Yes, awesome.
Cool.
Okay, digging into the skills side of work now, what skills have been consistent from your corporate world career into entrepreneurship?
I wish my staff were here to answer that. But I think honestly, it's just how to run the business. So when I look at my staff sometimes, we do a lot of training in terms of maybe customer service, in terms of how, and because I've been an employee in another person's company, I know the mistakes I made. I can also catch my staff when they're lying.
That's a good skill, right?
And because you two, you know how your parents say, I was a child once, so you can't pull this. Yeah. So I'm like, when you guys are saying, I'm sick, I'm this, I'm like, it's true. You're the only one that was, I've never been sick on the job. So you know when they're doing all these things. So I think working in banking just really taught me how to, number one, liaise with other people, working a team, lead a team, interpersonal skills. So in terms of just everything from communication to, like, when I tell my staff, this is how I want you to pick up the phone. This is how I want you to address a disgruntled customer. Because we had, high net worth clients at the time that if their reports were not on time and all of these things, you should have to know how to handle conflicts. Yes. And I brought all those things from that world to this world. And I always tell my staff, I said, I will not run this place like a shop. I don't even like people saying to me, Elaine, are you your shop? I'm in my office.
My office, back at work.
And I keep telling them, I would not dull my mind down. Because you guys want to think, salon. It's an office. It's a salon. Yes, it's a this, but it's a business. So you've got to rise up.
Rise up.
You know,
You're thinking.
and I think all those things have come from working for someone else and knowing the mistakes that I probably made and knowing what used to impress the clients and impress my line managers and stuff like that. And yeah, so I think those sort of skills I've carried.
Yeah.
Interpersonal skills.
Yeah, it's always very
Interesting how those are very consistent, because no matter what business you're veering into, you'll be interacting with
them.
people.
Yeah,
You need
definitely.
interpersonal skills.
Definitely.
So good to hear you say that.
Yes, I like how you mentioned, down to this is how you manage conflict, this is how you speak to clients, and just going from that shocker that we've had with that, bad egg.
Yeah, exactly.
You put it as a bad egg, and knowing the people. I mean, I've been going to ShoMya now for years, right? And obviously there are a few regulars that are outstanding. And I'm not saying this so that people come and poach them. Don't come for them. I'll come for your people too.
They've done that. That's also another shocker, but
they've done that too, right? Oh, snap!
I've helped build other beauty businesses. No credit to my hard work, but,
that happens. But considering the fact that you're constantly working with people, managing people, how have you built this team of beauty professionals? Because there's so many things that you do. It's not just hair, makeup, eyebrows. I mean, right now I have hair by ShoMya, eyebrows by ShoMya, literally.
ShoMya girl.
I'm a ShoMya girl through and through. But have you been able to build a team of beauty professionals that work for ShoMya, that work for your business?
So number one, the hiring stage is important. But when they come in, to be honest, let me not lie, a lot of people are motivated, number one, by money.
Yes.
It's money. They need to be able to feel okay in this place. So sometimes people come and I'm like, what were you earning before? What do you want to earn now? What, think about everything, your transportation, your feeding, your this, your that, and then name your price. And some of them will say, anything. I'm like, it's a lie. Don't tell me anything, because once I say, so sometimes I say, okay, 20K. 20K. And they're like, how can it be 20K? I said, because you have a price. Say it. Because you would never accept 10K, 20K. So that's what I always tell them. I want to pay you 10K. And then they will name their price. So they come in. Then also just making them feel, I think my personality generally, I can be very firm, but I want to say that I'm also quite sweet. So I'm not the type that would just come in and make you feel like you're beneath me. But I will put you in place when you step out of line. So I think they also feel that love from me. And I take interest in whatever they're doing. So if you're getting married or if you're having a baby or all of that, like ShoMya will support you. Like we had a staff who got married in Ogun State or whatever, and I went to surprise and they were all shocked that I came, and she's had babies back to back since then. Shout out to Fatima. and we're still in touch, So I think I try to make you feel like you're part of the family. And then I try to make sure that you're earning what you like. And then, of course, you just train them. And then
I know it's like, I like that. You just get going. Yeah, he's saying it's long hiss.
And then they have things like they have leave as well.
Yes.
Paid leave. So you can
that's very interesting for the business.
And we've been trying to sort out this HMO thing, which we haven't. But then at the end of the day, if you happen to faint on the job or anything like that, and we take you to the hospital, we cover those costs. Just trying to make sure that financially they feel okay, because Nigeria, I've noticed that without those finances, like birthdays, we used to do cakes and everything. Then I heard from my PA, she said, the staff are not happy. I said, why? She said that Madame I don't appreciate them. I said, why would they say that? And she now said, like, their birthdays. I said, well, birthdays, we buy you people a whole cake.
And
we do a whole presentation. And they didn't want cake, they wanted money. But then they had concluded, Madame doesn't appreciate me. And I'm like, how can you actually even say that? So I came and I had a meeting with them. I said, I think you people want money instead of, and they all said yes. Then when that team changed, the new set, I asked them, what would you prefer for your birthday, cake or money and whatever. These ones now want cake. So you can, you're constantly trying to get into their minds to see what they want, because
what works,
I promise you, if you had given even like 4K to say happy birthday, they would like
prefer
it. And I'm like, but your cake is
more
over
expensive.
10K.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so that money is.
And they don't get to choose, right? You can't say I want cake and I want money.
No, but
you
then
can,
those, let me not say it's on camera.
Yeah.
But those that are extra, those that do extra, I might do a cake for you and then some.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because if I picked cake and you picked money, you shouldn't be trying to eat my cake, right? I'll be like, leave me to it. Leave me to my cake. And keep your money, right? You know, but I like that. I like the fact that you're, you know, speaking with different
checking
with different people and just making sure that all needs are met. Yeah,
I mean,
well done.
coming from the people management side, I guess it's a constant that
It is.
the need of people is not static. You know, it changes from group to group. And
Okay.
that's really good to know. Still talking about the people side, we know that your industry will require you to work with people of different age groups, even transgenerational, if possible, as long as they get the work done. Right?
Yes.
So what have you noticed to be the difference in work ethics from generation to generation?
So work ethics, that obviously is from the people.
Yeah.
Working
So
for me.
millennials, Gen Zs, Gen X's,
Most of my
baby
people-
boomers.
Like, actually, you're right. When you say it, I was going to say most of the people have been younger than me,
Yes.
but we've had some older than me. You find that, the younger Gen Z people, especially those that you want, like I've always wanted someone to manage my social media page. They want to work like 2 days a week for big money and from home. And I'm like, I don't understand. Then I said, I should please send them the pictures and they'll put it together.
I love it.
I said, so if I'm taking the picture, as I'm doing the eyebrow, I'm taking the picture of the eyebrow, then I'm sending it to you. Instead of sending it to you, I'll just put it in the app and merge it and call it a day.
Exactly.
So that can be frustrating. I have a current manager who I call Gen Z.
Yeah.
So she comes in, her dressing is not from here.
I love
My
it.
girl doesn't, I don't think she repeats her outfits and everything, but it cheers me up, funny enough. So I don't tell her, unless she's wearing like sunglasses and a cap and whatever, then I'm like, okay, it's a bit, I don't want you covering your eyes and your hair at work or whatever. But I love to see, as long as you're getting your work done, it's fine. You would think that the younger people would have, I think it's a personality thing as opposed to a generation thing. Because some young people that I feel should have all these great ideas and should be energetic and ready to execute are not. Some older people who, have children concerns and are ready to close at a certain time because my baby, they probably come to work earlier and get stuff done because they know that they have to leave at a certain time. So it's really personality wise. It's not, I don't think I can group it to the generation.
Okay.
Just true. Makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of like beauty trends, how do you decide the ones to jump on, the ones to pass?
Can I tell you
how do you keep up with the trends? I know that I've tried to force you. I'm probably one of the people that forced you into doing like micro shading.
Yes, I won't lie. You stirred me on, which was great because thank you, Toun, for that. But is it weird that I'm in an industry and sometimes the trends annoy me?
Yeah, no, it's not weird.
So
not weird.
Let me explain why. Sometimes with makeup, you will just come and they're like, oh, there's this new contour palette. There's a new contour palette. Everybody must get this contour palette. And I'm like, but what was wrong
with the
old one?
Previous one.
And then your staff start hounding you. Ma, we must get this palette. We must get this palette. And it annoys me because as a makeup artist, it's like a painter. I know that if I'm going to put this brown eyeshadow, for example, on your eye, it actually, that same brown really contours my cheeks so well.
Yeah.
And you're trying to explain to someone but that brown, if you do it on the cheek, it actually gives you the same effect. But they feel like Madame just wants to be cheap. She doesn't want to buy. And I'm like, where do you stop buying products at some point? So sometimes the trends can be annoying. Or like a shimmer. You buy the shimmer, you buy another shimmer, you buy another shimmer. And it's all good because even me, I'm selling shimmer. But but I just don't feel, I think with beauty, sometimes it's just like, pack this one from July, there's a new one for August. Pack the one from August, there's a new one. And
if it
I'm
ain't
that
broke,
kind of girl. It's like perfumes. I still love my perfumes from the past. And I'm like, what's wrong with them? They still work.
Yes.
We don't always have to buy oud of 2024 because that's the in thing. I still like my fragrances from the past. And I don't believe I have body odor. So that's the same kind of thing with makeup. I feel like there's a lot of trends and it's all good. But as long as I'm able to bring that same result, I don't always just jump on things. Although, as products evolve, they take out all the bad ingredients. So that's good. And then some of them come up with consistencies that are better. And so those things I would jump on because I'm like, okay, yes, this foundation maybe is not so thick, or maybe now it has better coverage, or maybe now this one lasts longer and the transfer from your face to your clothes is not so much or whatever. I'll jump on those, but not just because this lip gloss was glossy and this one is glossy and I should throw this one away. It has to make sense.
Those are good jump-ons. Jump-ons.
It has to make sense.
Yeah, I'm still trying to think of the one, but I won't say it here. The one I'm trying to push you to do, so I'll leave that.
What's that?
So no, I won't say it here. So people won't say, Toun, so that's what you want to do.
No, but when it comes to adding extra services, I'm game. Yeah. Like when it comes to that I'm interested in. So, Toun, like I said, I wanted to do micro shading, and I sat on it for way too long. And all of them were like, Elaine, but you're eyebrow queen. Why are you not doing this micro shading? Just go ahead and do, And I'm like, okay, I will do it. But I know I sat on it for a while.
Yes.
But here we are.
Yeah.
I'm still collecting my coins, Toun. So
exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, I should be getting a fraction of those coins.
Of the coins, yeah.
Live,
So we saw this tweet recently where someone was saying, they're an entrepreneur, and to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to work Mondays to Sundays. This question now is about how you manage your time, right? Considering that you have several balls to juggle, how do you keep up and ensure that no ball is falling?
So I think I'm inclined to say, initially I was going to say, oh, that's not true. Then I was inclined to say, actually, that person is in line. So I remember back in the day when I used to admire a cousin of mine who is in oil and gas. And every time I, would ask about his family or I'll speak to his wife, she's like, oh, we're just in Miami. And I used to be like, I just want to be like you guys when I grow up, always in Miami, always, And I said to him that, when I start my business, I'm just always going to be in Miami. He said to me, no, when you start your business, that's when you will work like a donkey, like more than you've ever worked. And I wondered, what are you talking about? You guys are always in Miami, But then I realized exactly what he was saying, because when I opened ShoMya, I used to be the one, I used to take the phone home and I wouldn't switch off that phone, so that if you want to book an appointment even at 11 at night, I'm picking up, because I was like, God forbid I miss my 5 kobo, I must. And I used to work Sundays, I used to work Mondays. ShoMya used to open on Sundays, and even me, like I was working 24/7.
Yeah.
And literally, sometimes even when I'd get to church and I would have to pray, like, God, please shut everything else out because I want to have time for you. Because in that silence, when everybody's kneeling down quiet in church, that's when I know 5 + 5 = 50. That's when all my calculations, I'm like, Elaine, please switch off.
That happens.
Any small silence, your brain is calculating business. But I think I've come a long way where now I'm at a point where I'm like, I can't kill myself. I refuse to do this on so and so day. I refuse to, like, I remember you called me on a Monday. You weren't sure I was going to pick up, because I'll be looking at the phone. I'm not, there's nothing you want to tell me today that you can't tell me on Tuesday, So you've got to learn to manage your time. I've got 3 children. I've got my husband. I've got family. And I think I talk so much in the office that my favorite pastime is silence. All I want is silence. So when I get home and people want to talk, my friend wants to catch up. Why do you want to talk?
So why are you being dramatic?
I don't want to talk. My favorite thing
silence.
Is to be quiet.
In the dark.
Yeah.
I need to add, in the dark.
So I think, honestly, it's just, for me, I've just learned, these are the days I'm working, these are the days I'm not working. But having said that, even on a Monday, I find myself doing things like, I want to speak to the accountant. I want to do this, because the nature of my job means I'm always in front of people.
Yes.
So you don't have desk time.
Yes.
And I drive myself, and I refuse to have a driver.
That's why you're driving
So
like
I
a maniac.
I don't also get that time. That's why I'm doing what?
Driving like a maniac.
Yes. So I don't get that time to check my emails while being driven and, catch up with everything. So when my house goes to sleep, I still have to check all those things. And then
That's a lot,
just get a driver,
actually.
because there is the driver. Use the driver. I'll use the driver if I'm going maybe to the mainland or something else. But as long as I'm between Ikoyi and Ekpe,
driving.
So in terms of my time, I think it's just deciding that I'm going to do this, and the rest will have to wait.
Awesome. Yeah. So we have our last question. We have an agony aunt style section where people send in questions. But it's why you're not surprised. I love it. I love it.
It's in line with you.
With me. So this one, we have this lady. She says, I'm a fashion designer, and since I began, I've been struggling to nail down my business strategy. It's been months now, and I still can't pinpoint what makes my brand unique. Every time I think I have a USP, I find out that it's already being done, and often, if I'm honest, better. This is overwhelming. I'm getting frustrated. It feels like I'm stuck in a loop, and I'm worried that I might never get it out or even get my name out there. How do I define my business's USP? How do I stand out?
So for starters, has she sort of done any sort of, the word leaves my head right now, but with your clients to know what it is that they actually want and what you're selling? Do people actually like it? Are you struggling to sell one piece, or do people love your pieces? If they love your pieces, right, then you're the best. The person that you say is the best is not the best. You are the best. I remember when I started, my brother used to say to me, see the smoky eye you're doing? You're the best. And you will tell everybody on Instagram that I'm the best.
Smoky eye.
I don't wait for anybody. And people weren't really doing smoky eyes when we started. To be honest, people were doing a lot of colorful makeup and stuff. And when I would do like a smoky eye, I would have to, especially on a bride, I would have to tell her, if you really want the smoky eye, are you prepared to lock the room when we're doing your makeup in the morning?
Yeah.
Because I've done it before where an auntie will call my mommy and be like, black. Oh no, black. And they will start being so dramatic, and then the bride starts panicking and she doesn't know if she wants the black, and then I'm just like, please just wait, it will be okay. But it was so foreign to them as far back as 2009.
I've liked nothing else but smoky eye.
But my brother said, this smoky eye that you're doing, whether anybody is doing it, whether anybody is not doing it, you were the best. And you will tell them on Instagram that I am the best.
Wow.
So because I say to my staff as well, I said, there's nothing that makes us special. Because if you shout outside ShoMya now, makeup artist, 50 trillion will come. Hairstylist, there's so many of us. So the little things, you've got to find my unique selling point that I try to tell my staff that we really need to build. Is that customer service. Let people come and let it be an experience.
Yes.
So once you enter ShoMya, there's a wall that says, are you ready for your ShoMya experience?
Yes.
And I tell my staff, if someone comes and they just do their hair, do their nails, pay money and go, I said, we failed. They need to be feeling like if they go somewhere else, they're cheating on us, and they don't even want to be caught in the next place, because
that's how I feel.
Let ShoMya not know that I was there. Let them not know. Then you really want people, and you want their heart, not just their money, because that money will go anywhere. There's so many people that they can give that money to. So what makes you special? So I'm like, let them love you. Let them be like, manager, I know you said I haven't come in like 2 weeks to wash my hair, and you're feeling a bit shy because you feel like you owe us something. We're more than just a salon to you. So what's that your unique thing? For me, it's not just the service we offer, it's how we offer it, it's the people. So when children come as well, I think mothers feel comfortable because you look at the salon, it's nice, it's clean. My staff are caring in terms of the way they nurture the children that come.
Yes,
and try to stop them from crying if they don't want to do their hair and all of that. So all those little details.
The music is clean.
The music as well. So we always, if you're playing something and I know that this song is about to go left, everybody in ShoMya is warned. You immediately change the playlist and all of these things, because you don't want children going back to say, oh, mommy in ShoMya, the music, they were cussing and all of that. So it's those little details, not just the service, because there's so many of us offering the same service at the same competitive prices.
Yeah.
People say also that, they like it when they come to ShoMya, and I come and I greet them, and my head is not too high in the clouds, and I go around and I greet everybody and stuff like that. So it's just those little extra touches, because at the end of the day, what are you offering that people? And even if you were offering something that was so special, like this lady now in her fashion pieces, even if she gets that unique dress, unique fabric, by tomorrow everybody's making it.
Yeah, copying it.
Mass production stuff.
That's true. That's true.
She needs to believe that she's the best. Blow it on Instagram like she's the best. Check her competitors' prices. Knock her price maybe by like a few thousands, because Nigeria, honestly, 2K will make you lose a customer. Seriously, 2K will make you lose a customer.
That's really sad.
So just check
We're
their
not
prices.
loyal.
Maybe reduce your own by like 2 kobo. You know, let your delivery be speedy. Let your the way you take the bookings on in the DM or whatever, let it be sharp, and then make the process seamless for the customer. They might like you.
Love it. I love that part. You said win their heart, not just their money. I'm inclined to have that as the title, but I had another title that was more tightly. But thank you so much, Elaine. We've had such a beautiful time. You see, and you did really well.
Oh, and if you come to ShoMya as well,
I'll get a discount.
Yes, you will.
Right. Okay.
Because you're buying me food. Between the morning and 12, whether you want it or not, you will have to worship, because we play worship music.
I love that.
So the Holy Spirit is moving up.
It's moving in our midst. That's the time I go. Yeah. I didn't even know actually, but I'm led. Live led. Awesome. Thank you so much, Elaine. It's been a breath of fresh air. Yes. So thank you for coming to OnPeople.
Thank you guys. You're doing a great job. I loved it.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of OnPeople. We hope you enjoyed our conversation with Elaine as much as we did. Don't forget to subscribe and listen on your favorite podcast platforms. To keep the conversation going, drop comments and questions on our social media handles. Until next time, bye for now.